morning, children. Welcome to your English video lecture. Children, today in this video, we are going to start a new topic from your English language, and the name of the topic is Subject-Verb Agreement. Okay, this is the next topic after active and passive voice. So here today in this video, we are going to see that what is Subject-Verb Agreement. Okay, so before we move on to the main topic, let us first discuss that what is subject and what is verb. So what is a subject in a sentence? Okay, what is the subject in a sentence? So basically, subject in a sentence is a name of place, animal, thing, basically noun, which is doing something or is in a state, is being in a state. Okay, and in the other way, what is verb in a sentence? Verb in a sentence basically means that the action that is being performed in the sentence, or maybe the state. Okay, the state and the action. Okay, this is the verb. So now verb and the subject agreement basically means what? It means that for making a sentence, if we want to make a sentence grammatically correct in English language, okay, so what it should have is that a verb must agree with its subject in number. Okay, the verb, it should agree with the subject in number. Now what is the meaning of number? We have already discussed it in our previous topics of your first term, where we discussed that what is singular subject and what is plural subject. So now for this reason that we have already discussed this particular topic in our class, so I hope that you all now know that what is singular subject and what is plural subject. So singular basically means if the subject is in singular form or one. Okay, and plural basically means if the subject is in plural form. So here basically what is subject verb agreement? Subject verb agreement says that to make the sentence grammatically correct in English language, the verb, it must agree with the subject in number. So basically it means that if the subject, okay, if the subject is in singular form, so the verb should also be in singular form. Okay, if the subject is in singular form, the verb should be also in singular form. Okay, and if the subject is in plural form, so the verb must be, or it should be in plural verb. Okay, so now both these ideas are clear to all of you, that subject verb agreement basically says that to make the sentence grammatically correct, what we should do, we should make the sentence in such a way that the verb, it must agree with the subject in number. In number basically means if the subject is in singular form, it should be in singular verb. Okay, the verb should be also singular, and if the the subject is plural, the verb should also be plural. Now this particular idea is true for only third person. Okay, now third person means when we are talking about the other person. Now I hope that all of you know that what our first person is, who the second person is, and who the third person is. So what is first, second and third person? I hope that all of you know. If you don't know, or if you will not remember it, you can watch the videos where we have discuss all of this in pronoun part. Okay, now moving further, children, let us see. So hold both this idea that singular subject must have singular verb and plural verb should have plural subject is for the third person only. Okay, now let us see a few examples to make it understand in a better way. Now see, if the subject is singular, the monkey eats banana. So here, because the monkey is in singular form, okay, it is in singular form, so we have used eats, that is the singular verb. Okay, it is in singular verb form. Okay, now similarly, if you see the second example says this car goes fast. Here, because the subject, that is car, is in singular form, so we have used the verb also in singular form. Now, if we talk about these both sentences in plural form, so how we are going to write these sentences? Now see, If we talk about monkeys, so here you can see that because the monkey is in plural form, we have used the plural verb here. Correct? Now, similarly, if we talk about the second sentence, these cars go fast. Here, because the cars are in plural form, so we have used the plural verb here. Correct? So I hope this particular part is clear to all of you, where we have seen the examples, and this particular statement that plural verb should have plural subject should have plural verb and singular subject should have singular verb is true for only third person. Okay, when we are talking about third person. Now, children, there are few rules where we are going to discuss that how we should write a sentence in the form of subject verb agreement for first and second persons. Okay, so let us discuss that now. Now, children, let's move on. So, the first rule is that rule number one says that two singular subject connected by and requires plural verb. So, it basically means if we are using two singular subject, okay, singular subject one and singular subject two, and both the subject they are connected with and, okay, so the verb should be in plural form. Okay, the verb should be in plural form if we are using two singular subject and we are joining those singular subject or connecting those singular subject with and, then the verb should be in plural form. Here are its examples. See, gold and silver. Gold and silver. Gold is a singular subject. Similarly, silver is also a singular subject. So, and both the singular subjects are joined by and here. So, singular subject gold and silver are precious metal. Are is the verb, plural verb in this particular example. Correct? Now, if you see the second example also, he and I were playing. He is singular subject and I is singular subject. Both are joined with and. So we have used plural verb here. That is plural verb here. That is were playing. Right? So you understood this particular concept that if we, the rule number one says, if the two singular subjects connected by and it requires the required verb should be in plural form. Now, there are few exceptional cases in this particular case also, where if we use, see, this is the exceptional case here. What happens if we are joining two singular nouns? Okay, if we are using two singular nouns, which basically represents one idea to the mind. One idea to the mind means it both the both the singular subjects they are telling us about the same idea. Okay, or if it is telling us about something same person or same thing, then the verb it should be in singular form. Okay, the verb should be in singular form. Like, for to understand this, see the example here. First example number one, that is bread and butter is his only food. Okay, so here we can see that bread is a singular subject. Similarly, butter is also a singular subject, but and it is also joined with and. But the idea that butter and bread is used for showing is single idea. So that is the reason that we have used single verb is in this particular sentence. Correct? Now, similarly, if you see the second sentence that says time and tide waits for no one. So first of all, singular subject is time. Similarly, singular subject is tide, and both are joined with and. But we have used singular verb here. Okay, because this represent a same or similar idea. Okay, so this is the first rule, which basically says that two singular subject connected by and requires a plural verb. This is the first example, or you can say first rule. Okay, now children, rule number two. What is rule number two? Rule number two says two or more singular subject joined by or or nor required singular verb. Okay, so if we are using two singular verbs, okay, singular verb first and singular verb second, and both the singular verbs they are joined with either or nor, then the verb that we are going to use should be singular verb. Okay, let's once again repeat it, that if the singular verb is if we are joining two verbs with or nor, and both the verbs are in singular form, then the verb that we are going to use should be in singular form. Like for example, two examples are here. Example number 1, neither food nor water was found there. So you can see that food is the first singular subject, and similarly water is the second singular subject, with both the subjects are joined with nor. Correct? And because both the subjects are singular, so we have used was, that is singular verb here. Correct? Now similarly, if you say the second example, either the cat or mouse has been there. So in both this, in the second sentence also, cat is the first subject, okay, singular subject, mouse is the second singular subject, and both are joined with or. So we have used singular verb. Correct? Now what if one subject is singular and the other one is plural? So in case of that, you can see here, if one subject is singular and the other one is plural subject, and both the singular subject and the plural subject is joined with or nor, then then the verb should be in plural form. Okay, so if we are writing the, for example, you can see this, neither the chairman nor the directors are present. So here the first subject is chairman, that is in singular form, right? And then the directors are the subject, the second subject, that is in plural form. Okay, so the verb that we have used is in also plural form. Okay, so what is the verb in this sentence? Are. Clear? Okay, children. So, in this particular video, we have discussed two rules. Rule number 1, that says that if two singular subjects are joined with and, then the verb should be in plural form. Correct? And then we have also discussed the exceptional case, which basically says that if both the subjects are, both the nouns are joined with and it either it gives the similar idea, and if it is saying or referring to the same person, then the subject should be in singular then the verb should be in singular form. And for the second rule says that two or more subjects, okay, two or more singular subject, if that are joined with or nor, then the subject should be in singular verb. Then the verb should be in singular form. Okay, and if one subject is singular and the other one is plural subject, and both the plural and the singular subject are joined with or nor, then the verb that we are going to use should be in plural form. Okay, so children, these are the two rules that we have discussed under verb agreement, subject verb agreement. Okay, this is the first part of the video. The second part of the video, we will discuss the rest 4 rules that is related to this particular topic. Okay, so I hope that you all go through the video properly and see through the rules first and second. Okay, and if you have doubt related to any one of the rules, you can ask me. Okay, thank you children and have a nice day.